Sometimes it takes falling down and some retrospection to see things clearly, and I've come to see a pattern. I work hard at what matters to me, making art, and I make it my purpose. My efforts are rewarded with some success and life is good. Then complacency sets in because I deserve a break. I lose my way because I'm tired. And I get out of alignment with my purpose because I don't want to work so hard. This is when I usually start chasing easy money, and this path unwittingly and inevitably causes a catastrophic event that I'm unprepared for, and my life falls apart. It's only when things get most dire that I rethink my life and what's important that I get back to my purpose. And the cycle repeats. Recognizing this and seeing that each success is becoming smaller and each catastrophic event becoming bigger, I'm stair-stepping my way down to splatter all over rock bottom. This is a pattern that needs to be broken now. It's been my experience that when I don't follow my purpose, all the pillars that hold up what I think of as a good life fall like dominoes. Money, I'm broke. The most basic necessities are a daily struggle. Health, anxiety, and stress have become my daily cardio. Relationships, replaced by survival. Free time and fun, I can't afford it. Cobbled together from wisdom both ancient and new, I have a strategy to turn things around, have a better life, continue to move upwards, and get back to my purpose with discipline so that I can make art every day. This is a strategy that worked for me years ago. Some of you may remember. Based on my recent revelations and some lessons I've learned the hard way since the last time, I've revised it from its original 30-day challenge into how I want to change my lifestyle for good.
There is no lamb for the lazy wolf.
It's time for me to leave the concerns of the outside world behind for a while. It's time for me to disappear. It's time for me to fight my war. This is my battle plan.
Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Have a mission. Find your purpose, make a plan, and work on it every single day. Rise at dawn. No battle is won from bed. Start your day immediately at the same time every day. Conversely, go to sleep at the same time every night. Stick to a consistent sleep schedule to be well rested and have a clear mind. Eat and train for strength. No fast food, no sugary drinks. Avoid processed garbage. Eat to fuel your body and optimize your health. Exercise every day for the strength to take on any challenge, the energy to work on your mission, and for the happiness your new body will bring you. Dress for battle. Stop being a slob. Stay on top of your hygiene and grooming. Dress as well as you can whether you plan to go out or stay in. Show yourself and the world that you mean business. You never know what the day will bring you or who you might meet, so be prepared and enjoy the confidence and self-esteem this brings you. Eat the frog. Have a daily to-do list that is reasonable enough to complete before your nighttime routine. Do whatever is most important or difficult first. Everything after that becomes easier. Kill what kills you. Eliminate addictions, vices, and bad habits that make you weak and impede your progress. They are an enemy to your mission that must be destroyed. You don't need them. Life is better when they're gone. Let go of the past. This doesn't mean forgetting what happened before. By all means, enjoy your good memories and experiences. This means forgive yourself for past mistakes. Learn from bad experiences. Deal with your trauma and move on. Let it go. Living in the past keeps you from moving towards a better future. Crush your enemies. Only hang out with losers if you also want to be one. Walk away from toxic relationships. Cut off your ties with negative people. Disconnect from anyone that consistently puts you down, drags you down, makes you feel drained, or just generally makes you feel bad. If your situation doesn't allow it, create as much distance as possible until you're able to cut them out of your life. Congratulations, life just got better. Cherish family. Sometimes it's easy to neglect loved ones when you're on a mission, but they're important. Let them in on your plans. They're often our biggest supporters. And most likely, they're also going to benefit from your improvement and presence. Whether you have a spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the case, make time for them. Don't skip date night. And most important, if you're a parent, never ever neglect your children. Always be available to them. Plan quality time with them. And I repeat, never ever neglect your children. Dominate your finances. Eliminate unnecessary spending immediately. As long as it's legal and moral, do whatever you have to do to cover daily and monthly needs and costs for yourself and anyone you may have to provide for. Once your head's above water, start saving for an emergency fund that is not to be touched until needed. With an emergency fund in place, start investing in your future. Once you have enough to sustain a good life, help others when you can afford it. Live simple. Prioritize experience over products. Don't be burdened by possessions. Donate, sell, or trash the things you no longer use, the things you no longer find value in, the things you don't need as necessities for daily life, or your hobbies, or in the service of accomplishing your mission. Maintain good environmental hygiene. A cluttered and dirty space breeds germs, hazards, anxiety, and chaos. Keep your environment clean, organized, and clutter-free. Clear your space to make room for a better life to come in. Do this for better concentration, better mood, better focus, and respect for yourself, your family, your guests, and everyone around you. Be honorable. I don't think I need to say more. This is my daily action to help follow the battle plan and my mission with focused discipline. The morning routine starts early with a minimum of 30 to 45 minutes of exercise. Going outside is preferred for an extra boost of energy and well-being. I follow that with a shower that starts warm and ends in a 1 to 2 minute blast of cold for an extra kick in the pants. After I've gotten dressed, it's time for a simple, healthy breakfast of protein and plants. Then I clean up after myself, make my bed, and make sure my space is tidy and organized, because living and working in bedlam weighs down on my mood, affects my productivity, and puts me in a state of agitation. To finish this morning routine, I read nonfiction for at least 10 to 15 minutes to learn and give the old brain a kickstart. I prefer to read books that relate to my mission, but any nonfiction works as long as it gets you thinking. I give myself 3 hours for the morning routine, and have found that it sets me up for a good day. The middle of the day is dedicated to work. Work on what I have to do to make money and survive, and work on my mission. Not always in that order, and sometimes one gets more attention than the other depending on my wants and needs. Although this is probably the most important part of the day, there's not much more to it than that, and I allot myself around 10 hours for this. After the work is done, the nighttime routine starts with another 30 to 45 minutes of exercise. That's usually less intense than the morning workout, usually just a walk or some strength training. If I need another shower, this one can be warm all the way through to help put me in a more relaxed state. Then a healthy dinner, and once I've cleaned up after that, I balance my bank book to stay on top of what I have, what I need, to see if I can cut any wasteful spending, and be sure I'm living below my means. I follow this with a brain dump by journaling for usually anywhere from 2 to 30 minutes. Jotting down ideas, problem solving, writing down anything funny or cool that may have happened, and or lessons I may have learned. Then I make a manageable to-do list for the next day. And then it's time to close up shop, turn off screens, lower the lights, get ready for bed, and unplug from the world by reading fiction. I have the nighttime routine scheduled for around 3 hours and try to be in bed around 10 p.m. And that is a completely full day. 16 hours in total scheduled for the daily action, with 8 hours left for sleep, leaves little to no time for parties, socializing, or laziness. But if I'm going to reverse an impending faceplant with rock bottom and have the discipline to make art every day, sacrifices need to be made. That said, this isn't supposed to be a punishment. It's to reward myself with a richer life while removing the easy and instant gratification that's ruined it. It might sound like a lonely process, and there will be a lot of alone time, but the work and determination will keep me from being lonely. Besides, I don't intend to turn into a cave troll that just creeps into town for supplies, or steal that fresh-baked pie cooling on your windowsill. I have some non-negotiables in my daily action, and as long as those are met, I'm giving myself permission to alter my schedule from time to time, as long as my battle plan isn't compromised. For example, going out for beers with the boys is off the table for the foreseeable future, because declining health, hangovers, and wasting money I don't have are not in my battle plan. But exercise is in the battle plan, and having healthy, positive relationships is one of the pillars of what I've defined as a good, wealthy life. I love skateboarding, so getting the crew together for a 6 session at the park is totally on the table. Additionally, cherish family is in my battle plan, obviously there because it's important to me. In particular, I'm a single father who only gets his daughter for a limited time each week, so having quality time with her is crucial for me. Recently, my daughter helped me film the graveyard segments in these past 2 videos in this series. We got to walk together in the sun, talk about the history and the nature around us, all while we're both making something. See, my daughter's interested in photography and wants to do a photo series based on all the cemeteries in our area. And I'm wondering if she might be developing an interest in filmmaking as well. Here's a short movie she made from our most recent graveyard visit. I love that. So yeah, well, most of my time will be spent alone with my nose to the grindstone. Spending time with the people we love and care for shouldn't be neglected. They can give us fuel for our missions, and hopefully, we can give them fuel for theirs. To every other cynical, pessimistic, gloomy, adverse person, place, thing, habit, and action, I'm happy to become a living ghost. The last time I had a catastrophic event that tried to kill me, I used a very similar battle plan with daily action, and it worked. The world feels like a more difficult place than when I did this before, and I know there's a lot of people suffering just like I am. There's easier paths, but following those has only led to pain. Changing course can be hard, and my new war has just begun, so we'll see how it goes, but there's nothing to lose when you fight to improve. This time around, I've been able to sharpen my sword with a little more wisdom and experience, and strengthen it after being able to recognize and acknowledge self-destructive habits and patterns in my life. The last time I was here, I treated this as a 30-day challenge, with hopes that it would stick, and it did for a few years. But I realized that I was a little short-sighted, and putting a time limit on this plan allowed complacency and old habits to sneak back in. That said, I've seen this plan put my ship on a better course, so this time, it's not just a 30-day challenge. Bad things are inevitable, and this time I intend to change my life to permanently get out of my situation on top, and be well prepared to turn the next catastrophic event into a minor annoyance. This time I intend to stick with the discipline that will keep me in line with what I think is important, my values, my purpose, and to make art every day. This time, it ain't over till I win. Thanks for watching. I'll make sure to have part 3 in this series up as soon as I can. In the meantime, for every video I do over here on YouTube, I do another one on Patreon. The next one's going to be a little progress on my animated film. And in the meantime, take care, keep fighting.